year, new me. No one's ever said that before. What's your New Year's 2021 resolution? Actually, hold that thought because I actually don't care. Now, it probably seems like a pretty rude thing to say. I won't lie. The reason why I'm being so harsh about it is because I don't want you to have a New Year's resolution. If you were like me when you were younger or late teenage years, now I'm getting into my mid-20s now. If you were sort of early 20s, 20 around 21, probably went through a phase where each new year you'd say, okay, sweet, I'm gonna write down my 20 or whatever it was, 2015, 2018 New Year's resolution, and write down a list of, I wanna lose 10 kilos, I wanna go to the gym, I wanna start a new business, I wanna get a degree. Now, all these things are great, don't get me wrong, they are fantastic. Always set yourself goals, but I don't want you to use that excuse of the New Year's to be this some sort of like resolution or this even like revelation where it's like this new year and then all of a sudden you're going to be upbeat and you're going to get all this stuff done. Now, don't get me wrong, New Year's is a great way to start things off. New Year's is a great way to sit down and think about what happened in the year before. I always do that. Always do that in New Year's. I always sit down and think, what was good that happened last year? What was bad that happened last year? Now, if you guys didn't know, unless you're somehow living under a rock or somewhere in the ocean, deep in the ocean, you would have known that 2020 probably wasn't the best year. A lot of bad things that happened, but I'm not going to step into the bad things. You guys probably already know, for a lot of people it wasn't the best year. It's probably one of the worst years of their lives. But for a lot of people, there were some good things to get out of. Now, I know for myself, I could get some good things out of it. And the whole reason I went about that rant about these New Year's resolutions because I want to move away from that. Now, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm talking about e-commerce in 2021, and this is going to tie into that. The reason why I was a bit harsh with this New Year's resolution stuff is because I don't want you guys to use this as an excuse. Now, I'm not going to be talking solely on e-commerce in this video, but I will delve into it a little bit because I want to talk about why this New Year's resolution stuff pretty much bullshit and why it's something that you need to steer away from and you need to stop using as an excuse to not do anything at the end of the previous year and to just start at this new year. Because basically if you use it as a New Year's, once New Year's is over, once it's January, February, maybe even March, if some people are lucky, once those first 2 months are gone, then they're going to stop. I know a lot of people, and a big one for this is the gym, a lot of people say, all right, I'm gonna get into it. A lot of these people only do it for 2 weeks in January, then they stop, and they slip up, they slowly start getting into these bad habits again. By February, they're gone. Now, a lot of people can even last for 1 or 2 months. After that, they're gone back into their bad habits, and then they just push it forward. Oh, I'll get started in June, I'll get started in August, I'll get started in November, and then by the end of it, they'll say, sweet, New Year comes around, I'm gonna set this up, I'm gonna write it down on, in my notebook and write it down in my diary, I'm gonna write it down on my whiteboard. I've got a whiteboard here as well that I write stuff down on, but I don't write New Year's resolutions down on them. And the reason why I'm so against these is because people use it as an excuse to start at a certain date. There's no reason to start at a certain date. Anything that I've ever done that I've sort of gotten into and then I've really delved into and gone hard at, let's just say if it's losing weight, let's say if it's even starting a business, let's say if it's starting any kind of venture, getting a new job when I was younger, getting into a new job, I started when I had that switch in my thought, I started then. I will always start it then. And it was like, okay, middle of the night, I really want to start losing weight. I didn't just say, all right, I'll sleep on it and I'll start the next morning. I literally started researching what I could do right then at that second. Started researching what I needed to do, write stuff down. Then when I could, as soon as I could, start dieting, doing the exercise pretty much that next day. But I started like at that instant, and this was like not a New Year's resolution. This wasn't sort of on my birthday. This wasn't any special event. The reason why I'm doing this video as a whole anyway is because when it comes to, and this is where I'm gonna tie in e-commerce. When it comes to e-commerce, a lot of people, I get a lot of messages from people saying, okay, I don't know when to start. I don't know how to start. I don't know what to do. People say, okay, I don't know what to get into, whether it's drop shipping. I don't know if I want to sell on eBay, like flips off on eBay. I don't know if I want to do Amazon FBA. And a lot of the time, it's just them stuck in between what they want to do. And then a lot of people start getting into it when it comes to this New Year's resolution stuff in January, February, and then they say, okay, New year, sweet. It's, you know, it's basically like an excuse for them to start over and start again and start from scratch. And then because everyone else is doing all this New Year's resolution stuff, they hop on board the train, and then they just say, all right, I'm going to start it now, and then it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a refresh year. Now, I even do that myself when it comes to, all right, this is going to be a new year and I'm going to try hard. I always try and better myself, but don't do New Year's resolution. Make sure that you just try and better yourself than what you were last year. I would pretty much prefer to do that and try and beat your last year's self instead of having all these new goals that you're going to achieve by, I don't know, the end of the year or the next couple of years. Just try and improve yourself each year, each month. Just try and get better throughout that year. That's what I would do. Now, when I said before, a lot of these people message me, the people that follow me on YouTube or on Instagram, a lot of followers that see my videos that message me and say, look, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. Always my answer is get started on one. If you don't know whether to do Amazon or dropshipping or selling on eBay, pick one. Just pick one. Start learning about it today, right this second. If you've got the time to message me, usually if they're messaging me, they've got the time to do the research. So I just say to them, get started right this instant. Just get started, pick one, don't look back. Pick one. If you don't like it in a few months, let's say if you give it a good go, 6 months, you've given it a good go. You've still got another 6 months of the year to try something else. And a lot of these people are looking for these solutions to potentially change the rest of their lives. I've spoken about this on this channel before. A lot of people aren't willing to give it a go, and they use this whole New Year's resolution thing as to give something a go. So my idea of New Year's resolutions is they are terrible. They're a terrible idea. They are overrated. Just get it done when you come up with the idea of wanting to do something new. Start it right then and there and just put your all into it. So as you can see from the title of this video, I've got what's going to be different in e-commerce in 2020, or it's going to be something similar to that. I'll probably change it in my head later. But the whole reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm not going to tell you some secret in e-commerce or some secret bit of information that is going to change the course of your life. It doesn't work like that. The reason why I'm doing this video is because the difference in what's going to happen in 2021, what you need to do needs to come from yourself. It needs to come from what you do in your action to change e-commerce. Now, some of you might think, all right, well, that's not helpful, Jack. Like you're just pretty much ranting about some motivational stuff. Now, I'm not trying to make this some motivational speech to get up, to basically get up you or give you a kickstart to get it started. I'm telling you to have a realization that all this stuff in e-commerce, especially in Australia, we're in this golden era for e-commerce where it's actually easier to start than what a lot of people think it is in other countries, and it's easier to start now than what it was any other year. And it's going to be like that for quite some time, but we're still in this golden era for e-commerce in Australia where it costs very little to start, and you can do stuff like dropshipping, selling on Amazon, and it's still going to be like that for some time, but you've got more leeway in this year. Right now in 2021, you've got more leeway. So I'm not going to tell you which one's better, whether it's Amazon, dropshipping, or selling on eBay, because that comes down to you, the individual. What I am going to tell you is that you need to get it started. You need to get it going. You're the one who needs to take the initiative. All the people, get started on YouTube. Start learning for free. Now, if you do want to get into a course, yes, if they ask about, okay, do you do mentoring? Do you do a course? Like, what do you do? How can you help me? Now that's when I say, yes, I do offer dropshipping. I do offer Amazon FBA. If you do want to learn about that stuff, there's only time in this video I'm going to reference this. Just go to the links down below, Ecom Excellence. That is my own personal course for Aussies, Amazon FBA and dropshipping. So go and check those out down below. But most of the time it is go and learn on YouTube for free. Go and find someone, it doesn't have to be me, go and find someone to learn from. Go and find some sort of learning material. For me, I liked courses. They were laid out for me. When I was learning myself, I got my own courses that I enrolled into from other people. A lot of them were from the US. There wasn't really anyone around doing it in Australia. I enrolled into people that I like to learn from, people that I trusted. That was my way of learning. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people read articles, do YouTube stuff. Now again, I did that on the side, but I took the initiative. That's the whole title of this video is what's going to be different about e-commerce in 2020. The whole difference is there's so much opportunity. The difference is you. The difference is you need to make it now. As opposed to 2020, I know a lot of you guys watching this were probably midway through the year, even at the start of the year. A lot of you guys watching this were sitting there thinking, sweet. They had some e-commerce idea that they were going to do, whether that was start their own dropshipping site, start their own flipping business on eBay, order their first product for Amazon FBA and get it shipped in, and then okay, one little road bump happened, or okay, something happened in your life and then you pushed it back, and then Again, it gets to the end of the year and then you say, all right, cool, New Year's resolution, I'm going to start this online business. Cool, I'm going to start learning on YouTube. Don't have that same pattern. I don't care what point of the year it is. I don't care whether it's the start, the middle, or the end of the year. If you're watching this video now and you have something that you want to get started, it doesn't even have to be about e-commerce. Now, I talk about e-commerce because it's the main theme on this channel, but if you want to start something new, start it right now. Literally, I don't care if you don't watch the end of this video. Start it right now. Start learning about what you want. If you want to learn about e-commerce here in Australia, I have videos on my channel that you can get started with. Start writing it down, figure out what you, like basically what path you want to take. Do you want to have your own business? Do you just want to have a side hustle? How do you want to do that? And start, it's basically you have an end goal and then you got to work your steps backwards. Start doing that. So I know this video is more of like a ranty kind of video instead of more of like a, I guess a practical, helpful kind of video, but it all starts with you. I can give as many practical videos as I want on this channel, but if you don't have that initial mindset to basically sit down, start learning about it, have that conviction to sit down, and then when road bumps happen, you can overcome them because you want to get out of your current situation. You want to start something new. You want to make something successful. You know, you want to build something. It starts with you. So when I say the difference in e-commerce in 2021, that is going to be you. You are the difference maker. In saying that, one actual bit of advice, practical bit of advice I can give you, or something that I've noticed, is that because of COVID last year, it's actually allowed more Aussies, or it's pushed more Aussies to buy online. Now, that could be platforms like eBay, platforms like Amazon. But I have noticed there's been a spike, and you can see in the statistics, it's not only in the US, it's in Australia as well. More people are jumping online and more people are realizing, okay, stuff's going online. There's been physical businesses, big businesses, you know, in Australia as well, that have had to move solely online. More people working from home, more people doing all that kind of stuff, you know, remote work and remote assistance and whatever it may be, starting to move online. Even one of the guys that I watch a lot, Gary V, or Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know who he is, he's moved a lot of his employees to work from home, and he's even thinking about having a day of the week, even though, you know, even after all this COVID stuff's over, he's thinking of having a day of the week where everyone works from home. And a lot of that comes down to how much work people get done and just how easy it is to start working from home because we have this access online. Now, when that comes down to e-commerce businesses, this is a great opportunity as well if you want to get into it, because more people are buying online, more eyes are online. They're going to be looking for deals online. They're going to be looking for stuff online. A lot of people now would prefer to buy something online because of the convenience as well. Now, a lot of people have been saying this for decades. It's because of the convenience, but more and more people now, because of this COVID stuff that's happened, more and more people are realizing the opportunity as well. So that's an actual bit of practical advice for you guys. It's another reason why 2021 will be so different in e-commerce. And I know I say this every year. When I started this YouTube channel back in like 2017, 2018, I'm always going to say, okay, this year's better than next, this year's better than next, because this whole golden era that I'm talking about when it comes to e-commerce in Australia, it's going to just keep getting better and better until the point where it starts to slow down. That's not going to be for a while, in my opinion. It's not going to be for a while. It's going to be like 2025, where a lot more people are going to start getting onto this. Now, obviously no one's going to know. I'm not some fortune teller, but the way that it's going, Aussies are a lot slower on the bandwagon than what they are in the US. We're not as advanced when it comes to online shopping, when it comes to the services that you can get online, but we're in a golden era where there's not as many people sort of looking to get into selling online. There's not as many people drop shipping, selling Amazon FBA, doing flipping on eBay. So you can go to say like a Salvos and get stuff secondhand, sell it, you know, basically sell it at a higher price, make profit, all that kind of thing. But slowly you'll start to see more and more people talk about it. More and more people say, hey, I started this, hey, I started that. It's going to be revolving online. So not only is basically e-commerce going to be bursting out of the seams when it starts coming 2021 all the way to 2025 and whatever, 2030, slowly going to start to build, and more people are going to get onto it. Now, first point of this video that I was talking about, it starts with you. If you see this video and you want to start, like I said, if you want to start something, it doesn't have to be e-commerce, just go and do it now. If you're still watching this video and you're contemplating doing something, click off the video or keep watching it in the background, I don't care. Just do whatever you need to do, open up that new tab, write it down in your diary, whatever, but just start now, start learning now. Go and read an article, go and watch a YouTube video, I don't care, message myself. I can point you in the right direction. It doesn't always have to be me saying, all right, enroll into my course, start a course. That's the only thing you need to do. Do Amazon FBA, do dropshipping. It doesn't have to be either of those two. I'm here if you want to learn about that, and I'm here to sort of point people in the right direction, tell people about e-commerce, because that's what I do. That's what I do on this channel. I try and help people, guide them in the direction of where they're wanting to go. If they have no idea on what to do, I try and help steer people in the right direction. So I'm going to end this video here because it's pretty much going to be me ranting about you going and getting it done. But that's what this whole video is about. And I don't want to keep you guys here too long ranting about it. So I'm going to end this video there, and I want you guys to click off this video, and obviously you're at this channel because you want to either look at e-commerce or look into something new. You're either unhappy with where you want to be, or you want to add to what you've got now. You want to have a side hustle, you want to get into something new. So stop this video. Actually, before you stop this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does help the video, it does help the channel out a lot. And I'll see you guys very soon. So please make 2021 different than 2020. Go ahead and stop pushing it to the next day. Don't say, okay, I'll get it done on Monday, past the weekend. It's the weekend now. I'm filming this video on a Saturday. Get it started. If you're watching this on a Saturday or a Sunday, get it done today. I don't care if it's don't give yourself a time frame. Don't give yourself a specific day that you're going to get it started just because that's the way that things are and it feels better. Don't do what feels better in regards to pushing yourself to do it. Just go and do it. Do it right this second. So I'm going to stop this video there, guys. I hope it helped you out. And there's going to be a lot of content coming. I want to be way more consistent. Like I said, improve myself from last year. I want to be a lot more consistent with YouTube videos, a lot more consistent with pushing out content. That's going to help you guys in the e-commerce space. So let me know what you want to see. Apart from that, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy 2021, and let's get it done.